As we continue to grow as a nation, we use resources relentlessly and dispose of them without any concern. Today, I'm going to talk about the effects of pollution and why we should take it with higher priority than how it is now. It's inevitable that as the pollution continues to grow, we as a whole will continue to use resources, but do not have an efficient way for disposing waste and reducing pollution. In order to stop pollution, we must take higher priority to decrease it while finding a way to reuse resources. There are areas in our country where it's not safe to be in because of the pollutants that contaminate it. Based on DoSomething.org, on April 20th, 2010, due to malfunctions within the pipeline, a blowout occurred, resulting in 200 million gallons of crude oil into the Gulf of Mexico for 87 days. This was the biggest oil spill in U.S. history. This was also known as the BP oil spill. 16,000 total miles of coastline have been affected, including the coasts of Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, and Florida. BP was charged a total of $40 billion in fines. Even till this day, there have been reports of leakage from the sealed oil rig in the Gulf of Mexico. Not only do we lose a large percentage of our reserved oil, but we also contaminate the ocean life surrounding it. As you can see, the blowout resulted from an abnormal increase of pressure caused by the influx of methane built at the bottom of the well. A blowout preventer is made specifically to stop this anomaly. However, there was a malfunction, hence the BP oil spill. There have been many causes, but the one I have identified as the major cause was because of our lack of government involvement. If our government mandated a routine checkup on the pipelines of the oil wells, it's possible that we could have stopped this disaster. On April 26, 1986, in Ukraine, an explosion and fire inside a nuclear power plant released large quantities of radioactive particles into the atmosphere, which spread over much of Western Europe. This was also known as the Chernobyl disaster. Over 63,000 square miles of land had been affected. These lands continued to grow food for the children and the adults living there. And without any help, they were forced to eat these contaminated foods and, in return, became infected. More than 147,000 people were directly affected by the radiation from the Chernobyl disaster. The radiation gave the children thyroid cancer and immune system disorders, which later resulted in severe sickness or even death. The reactors on Chernobyl have been completely shut down and buried. Each country received compensation for its infected victims, however these compensations were not enough. Many of those infected by the Chernobyl disasters still suffer today and require any help possible from medical programs or social programs. If we prioritize the safety of the public and procedures in order to maintain security, globally we would be more safe and secure. Essentially, it's possible we could have avoided these disasters if we prioritize the safety of our people. In addition, our world on a daily basis, we pollute our world on a daily basis, and it's simply by using electricity. The insidious effects of burning fossil fuels to generate electricity for our everyday uses will eventually lead to global warming. In order to reduce the amount of carbon dioxide emissions from fossil fuel usage, we must reduce the amount of electricity that we use. According to EPA.gov, 38% of all carbon dioxide emissions comes from electricity. Using the dishwasher, leaving the lights on while you're away, leaving your unused charges plugged into the outlets, or taking a long, steamy shower are all different reasons why electricity is the #1 cause for carbon dioxide emissions. Likewise, another 32% of all carbon dioxide emissions comes from transportation. Although taking the bus, driving your car, or taking the cab are all common ways of transportation, not to mention efficient, riding a bicycle, a scooter, or a longboard could not only reduce carbon dioxide emissions, but also promote physical fitness. As you can see, if we thought about the future of our environment by hand washing dishes, unplugging your unused chargers, taking shorter showers, or using a bike are all easy ways to save electricity and to reduce fossil fuel emissions. It's the little things that we all do that change the world for the better. Like I said before, it's inevitable that as our population continues to grow, we as a whole will continue to use resources, but do not have an efficient way for disposing them. In order to stop pollution, we must take higher priority to decrease it by mandating more routine checks on nuclear power plants or wells, or by simply saving electricity when using household products. It's a collaborative effort from everyone in the world that will actually have a positive impact on our society. It's the little things that we do that will definitely make a change for the better. Now I leave you with this quote from Evo Morales. Sooner or later, we will have to recognize that Earth has its rights too, and it's to live without pollution. What mankind doesn't know is that human beings cannot live without Earth, but Earth can live without human beings. Thank you.